Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the June joint meeting of the Hong Kong Study Circle and Hong Kong Philatelic Society. We're back again. Last month we were a bit busy with the big show in Boston, but now we're back in business again. Okay, so I think without further ado, and I'm just going to present a few things. And some of them are actually input from members who wrote to me during this time. And let me see. Okay, so this is the first slide. Okay, now this is an interesting cover listed on a certain internet site. You might or might not have noticed its cover, which in fact the seller himself did not describe this fully. I mean, just basically the description was simply a registered cover, an OHMS cover to Germany. So at first, actually, it didn't attract much attention until the very last couple of days, where somebody actually spotted something unusual on the back of the envelope, which is this postmark here. With the c.d.s, Hong Kong c.d.s, single ring c.d.s, and with the MO index letter, which appears to be extremely scarce. I think on cover it's very scarce, and maybe I've seen it on a few loose stamps, and which should or should not be actually legitimate. It might be just a philatelic usage. But anyway, MO stands for money order office. This is a stamp, the date stamp used by the money order office, mainly just to cancel documents rather than canceling stamps. So having actually seen it on the cover is remarkable. And I just wonder why, if you see it at the back, there's the salvage of the sheet of stamps stuck on the back, and with the MO postmark cancelling, tying the stamp salvage to the back. I don't see anything wrong with this registered cover. Well, unless somebody decide to play tricks and manufacture a fake MO, but I doubt it. I mean, but the thing is, I wonder why they want to seal the back with a tape, with a stamp salvage. Anybody has any ideas? You think? Okay, so it's a little bit unusual.
So a bit like putting sellotape on. It's just, I think it's extra security.
Yeah. Okay. So
maybe there was a money order in the envelope.
And
the clerk that did the money order, then just to make it extra secure, would use that stamp salvage and tie it with his chalk.
Right.
I think it's maybe a bit of a far-fetched theory, but it's a possibility.
Could they put some cash in the envelope?
I think probably a money order. I think sent to Monsieur Brohl in Germany. Yeah. So
they would never put any cash on that kind of envelope.
No.
I think it was against regulations.
Yeah, to send cash. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I just wonder whether actually has anybody has any one of you seen actually an official envelope for the money order office itself? But this is actually a General Post Office OHMS envelope. I think they could have the money order office should have its own it should have its own stationery instead. But anyhow, this is an interesting item that cropped up last month. So anyway, one of these things, right? So
wonder if it hadn't been sealed properly, so the money order office actually put the silvage on and then stamped it.
Yes, yes, that's. I think that's also in my mind that could be the case, and they just want extra security, just to make sure that the money order office actually handle the mail. That's why they put the tape there. Yeah. Okay. Right. So it's nice. Have you seen something like that before? No. I think it's the first time that I've seen it actually on the cover. But that is the cancel itself. It's not postal cancel. I mean, it's more like a departmental chop, and maybe its appearance on some loose stamps may be just fortuitous, or it says by favor, rather than actual use. All right. Okay, we go to the next item, which is this one. As I'm sure many of you know, this is it's a spiral forgery, is it? Not forgery, reproduction, I would say. Reproduction, and somehow I don't know. Some maybe somebody confused it with the actual stamp, and it was said to be sold for $475. It seems a lot of money for something like that. But I think even
oh my God,
yeah,
it's a good price for a genuine one.
Yeah, even a good price for a genuine one. so I mean, maybe just somebody who's trigger happy and just thought that oh wow, something really. But even for a used one, it's just too expensive. But I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it's
I hate when that happens, because the poor soul who spent all that money thinking he got a genuine stamp, when he finds out the truth, it's a very, very discouraging thing. Right. People leave the hobby because of that. It happened to one of our fellows here that regularly used to attend the B62 meetings, Reverend McLeod.
Yeah.
He bought the whole Spiro set.
Yeah.
And paid full price for it. He couldn't remember which dealer sold it to him, but he paid full price because he was showing them off proudly as, hey, I have the whole set. And somebody said, do you realize these are forgeries? And he was freaked out. He was like, oh my God, I spent a lot of money on this. So it's very damaging to the hobby.
It is. So he bought it at the price of a genuine used set.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
But the point is that, can you hear me?
Yeah.
But the point is that, okay, for this stamp, apparently, it is a fake. Because if, for me as a Chinese guy, I can read the Chinese on the left panel, that for sure, those handwritten things different to the genuine stamp.
Yeah. The Chinese characters are quite different.
I'm not going to inspect the details of this stamp or else, because I'm just looking at the left hand side, Chinese, several Chinese character. Means 96 cents. That is totally different writing.
Yeah. Well, of course, the paper is different.
Paper is even it is in eBay. Even I cannot touch the paper. When I seeing this image, then I can see. I can tell you for sure, fake.
Yeah. Anyway, so
the guy placing a high bid, $400 something US dollar for that sort of things. That means that guy totally don't understand Hong Kong style.
Yeah.
Even if you get a Young's catalog, okay, a very small one, the diagram, the figure is a very small one. You can compare with it, totally different.
Yeah.
Only on the Chinese.
Yeah.
Chinese characters. Yeah. Okay.
Well, sometimes, whatever the price sold doesn't mean that sometimes the seller actually get money, because the buyer could decide to say that, look, put a wrong bid on or something like that, and maybe his friend. He asked around his friend, oh, is it a bargain or something? And the bargain, you bought something which is maybe only worth about $5 or something like that. So that
$5, I think 50 cents I will not pay for.
Oh, 50 cents. You mean, all right. Okay.
I mean, the other thing, sometimes on eBay, I don't know if this was eBay, but on online sales, the seller could be anybody.
Yes.
It could be a very unknowledgeable person who believes genuinely that this is a good stamp.
Yeah. True.
This is the problem. That's why I never buy anything more than $20 on eBay.
Yeah.
Because it's too uncertain.
That's true. I mean, you're looking at an image. I mean, whether you get the when you receive the item, it's the same as the items on sale. It could be completely different. Right. Okay. We move on. Okay. So now this is interesting cover from Shanghai to Hankow, and what aside from being a postage due cover, obviously it's 1918. Obviously, you cannot use a King George V stamp without a China overprint. So I mean that's probably the reason why it's got a T postage due. This is a Shanghai T postage due mark. I'm sure that Charles could confirm that. And oh, hang on, is it? No, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's got a Hankow receiver on the back, okay, which is a few days later. Now, I mean, actually, what I'm interested actually is this label here, which is American Red Cross War Charity label, and it's actually it says here this stamp pays for one bandage, and apparently you have to pay 25 cents for it. So which seems quite a bit of money because I mean consider the postage is only 4 cents to Hankow to locally, and then you have to pay 25 cents for charity. So anyway, so I actually looked up what this label is all about. It says here in May 1918, the American Red Cross Central China Committee in Shanghai issued this fundraising charity poster stamps for Second World Fund Drive. So well, obviously these are called Cinderellas, and it says actually that at least two distinct varieties were documented. One featuring the English slogan, "The stamp pays for one bandage," which here pays on 2 million bandage for our aim. Help wins the war, and another focusing purely on the Chinese translation of Red Cross humanitarian mission. So that there should be a second label with Chinese, which I've not seen before. But this is quite interesting. Menikov, have you heard of this name? I think it's a philatelic, obviously inspired cover.
Yes, that name does turn up.
Yeah. You've seen it, you stayed back for, yeah. Right. Okay, so it's quite interesting. Although obviously, with the postage due, it's very very nice. A shame that it hasn't got any charge on arrival, which would be even better. Okay, so. Next, we go to yes. Somebody spotted this. I don't know whether that's in any of the books with a gash on the back of the neck, plate flaw. I think John Tang showed me this stamp, but I asked him, which watermark is it? He's probably found it and forgotten about the two different types of watermarks. But there's some flaw, but whether this is actually constant, I don't know. I thought that Sarah Harvey might be around to see this. Sarah Harvey actually studies the King George V stamps, so whether she has one or she known of any position that flaw is. So I think she might be interested to see this.
Of course, of course. Now that you show us this, we're all going to run to our albums and our piles of George V stamps and see if we have one.
Yeah. That's right. Well, I don't know whether that actually is a constant one or just maybe some particles actually falling onto the printing page, causing this gash on the back of the neck. But do go and take a look at your collection and see whether you can find something.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up in the Halewood book though too, because he wrote a book on that issue.
That's right.
And outline some of the flaws. That one doesn't sound familiar, but who knows?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Right. So next. Right. I thought Simon or maybe John would be around here to tell us something about this Sham Shui Po post office. Not sure whether you know where Sham Shui Po is. Sham Shui Po is actually in Kowloon, in Tsim Sha Tsui area. It's Yao Ma Ti and Sham Shui Po is all around that area. And the post office was opened in the 1930s, and it was located along the Castle Peak Road, which is I haven't actually yet to see a photograph of that. But after the war, the post office was relocated to Nam Chong Street, which is Sham Shui Po, and you can see this is aerial map. This is Nam Chong Street here. And the interesting thing about this street is there's a Nola, which is like a gutter. You can see this gutter for the rainwater, right across the middle of the road. And of course, later on, the Nola got covered up, and because obviously of reasons of smell and maybe you get mosquitoes and things growing in the stagnant water. So eventually the government actually cover up a lot of these nolas. They were one of these like water channels. I mean, it channels the rainwater. And interestingly, they actually built a post office, a small post office across Nola. You can actually see. Here's the post office here. Okay, and then they later on, I think in the 1960s, it's just put the Sham Shui Po post office and then cover up the top with a grill. I think the grill actually is here. You can vaguely see the GR insignia at the top. Okay, but later on they put some grills there. Maybe this is glass window. Maybe they prevent people breaking the window or something. So this is the later picture. This is the early picture. This is a later picture. Okay. So actually, you can see more if you go to thisgulo.com. I mean, this is all the pictures from there. But anyway, you can see that there it is. You can see a little tree here. Okay, from the top, and this is the tree. Okay, this is the tree. It's actually the tree got bigger. It's actually covered most of the Nola. So this is maybe it's an early photo. You can only see the tree growing on the left hand side like this. Okay, so this is early photo. Okay, so now there's all sorts of cancels. I mean, at first they got a standard type E cancel with the short sidebars with Sham Shui Po at the bottom and Hong Kong at the top. And interestingly, it has several variations with the index letters. With one with the time index, and one with the Arabic numerals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then later on it changed to A, B, C, D, E. I don't know whether this is actually a 1 or an I, but so that there's several indices which seems to suggest that they were time index rather than actually counter position. As you can see, the post office is so small, and then there can't be more than 1 or 2 counters. So this is the more modern one, you using the QE time. And yeah, okay, so the registration label. Okay, registration is quite interesting because at one time, I don't know whether that it is a rumor or it's actually true that I think the British Post Office, well, all the c.d.s were made by the British in the UK, and they actually confuse the PO for a short for post office. So they're gonna say Sham Shui Post Office instead of Sham Shui Po. So there is actually I haven't actually shown it here, but there is, if you look through Proud, and you can actually find a Sham Shui Po a c.d.s with the PO rather spaced. It just looks that somebody did actually confuse. But if you look at some of the labels, if you see this one, well, this is quite all right, Sham Shui Po. So this is all right. It's all in capital letters. But if you look at these two, it says Sham Shui with big P and big O. A B, obviously, there's
Yeah.
And this one also Sham Shui. Well, I'm not sure about this, but it looks that if they haven't actually confused the Sham Shui Po with Sham Shui, that PO, there's ample space to put there. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that these two types of labels, it would be, well, you can call it error or whatever. But for sure, this one is, because I mean, in the capital letters and small lowercase letters, and suddenly you got PO in big letters. I mean, it seems a bit strange to me. But I think this is an airmail label. It looks like a grayish green color. This is for local mail. And there are probably many other labels. You have to look at Ming Cheng's book to find out. But it's got interesting. Ingo, you got any examples of this Sham Shui Po thing in your collection?
Yeah, I have a pretty big collection of branch post offices, including modern ones.
Yeah.
And I've seen those. The one at the bottom left, Sham Shui POB. Yeah. It's like PO box.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Maybe you get POA and POC. I think these are just the index letters of the label. You see, this is A, right? Yeah,
but it is a very interesting branch, and it's got a lot of varieties of labels and postmarks and combinations.
Yeah.
I think the one you referred to at the upper right with the I 20 August 51, I think that is a letter, because in that period they were doing letters, not numerals. The numerals were later. So I think that is an I. I have that canceled. But it's a lifelong thing to try to collect all the varieties of cancels and registration labels of branch post offices. But it's fun. It's fun to find varieties, and this is a cool display. I might do one for one of mine.
Yeah, I think it was for Sham Shui Po particularly, because there's so many variations with all the numbers and the time index and and of course the different labels as well. I think Alice Kwan is here. Alice, would you like to do you collect these kind of things? Oh, he's from Toronto, right, Alice?
Oh yes, but
do you collect these things?
Yes. Good morning. Here in Canada.
Yes.
And I try to collect, but the financial issues
it's a
big issue.
No, it's hard to find. Hard to find. I mean, I challenge you to find all the different index letters. I mean, it's not easy. Okay. No, we were there actually before you actually came up. We were talking about the confusion of the manufacturers, the postmark manufacturers of this post office Sham Shui Po. And at first they thought that the PO the PO is actually post office rather than a PO. Yes, it is a word. Okay. So I mean, that's why that I'm suggesting that for some of these two labels, with Sham Shui P, big capital letter P and O, and this one could stand for post office, and instead of just the word PO. So I don't know. I haven't seen this before. So it is worth taking a close look at your collections. I think some of them.
I think. Go ahead, Ellis.
Yeah, okay. But if you think that Sham Shui Po, the Po is post office, what about typo? Typo is also PO, right?
No, I'm just saying that they think that Sham Shui is the name of the place. Okay.
Okay, I
Instead
see.
of Sham Shui Po. But Thai Po is Thai and Po. Okay, could have a Thai, but it's.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, because if I look at this label, the PO is in both of them are in uppercase letter, and the rest are in lowercase. You see, and that is the PO is on a separate line. I mean, which I said a comment that there's ample space to put it there instead. So
I think the full stop after the PO also makes it look like it should be
not.
It's not part of the name.
That's right. Anyhow.
Yeah, and actually, thinking back to the cancel variety, I think the cancel variety is where they have Sham Shui P period O period.
Yeah.
In the cancel. To make it seem like, oh yeah, it's Sham Shui post office.
That's right.
So by doing the periods, and I'm pretty sure that's listed in Proud. I remember that was shown here some time ago.
That, but only very short lived. Only they used it for maybe.
Still looking for it.
Yeah, I think it's in the QE period, early QE period, maybe in the 50s, 1958 or 57, 58. So that before they actually introduced this type in the 60s. So it was actually between 50 something to 60. They have something like that. And maybe they realized that
talking about the dog after Po, I think of another example is Choi Hong Chun. You remember it's about 80s or 70s, there was some registration label from Choi Hong Chun, which were also with a dog after Choi Hong Chun.
Yeah. Okay. Right. There you are. So, no further comments. We move on to the next one. Yes, I think that the people who actually collect the Chinese airmails would have known this cancel very well. It's an extremely rare first flight cancel on the Tientsin-Peking first flight. And it is popularly known as a 957 because it was the 9th year of May. Okay, but this is okay. Just take a look at this cover first. I mean, this is a very tatty, battered OHMS cover. Actually originally from Hong. It appears to be from Hong Kong. It's official paid. Okay, and it was sent from Hong Kong, the post office of Hong Kong to Tientsin. Okay, Tientsin, and on arrival, it was actually covered up with a slip of paper, and then some Chinese junk issues were reaffixed, and then cancelled with this double ring chop. Okay, which is the first day. Chop, okay, on the first flight, and it's actually written there, carried by the Hedy Page aeroplane to Peking. And I assure you that if it's genuine at all, I mean, and it's extremely scarce. I'm sure that I think Spink has sold one for something like £5,000 or something like that. But anyway, this appears to be new discovery, but looks a bit strange. Anyway, okay. So you look at the back of the cover, you can see there's a two paper label with the Tientsin-Peking with the company, and then also enclosed there's a little like advertising paper, inside. I think it's supposed to be inside the envelope. It says Esther House Hotel, Tientsin, blah, 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 consignment mail, first available flight, and all historic details. Whether that's genuine or not, I don't know, because I don't collect this kind of thing. And you can see actually that the route actually from Tientsin to Peking here with a headley page biplane. Okay, so experimental airmail and passenger flight between Tientsin and Peking was on May the 9th, 1920. Okay, 1920 is actually the 9th Republican year. So that's why you see 957. Okay, so this is the first attempt to establish a reliable commercial and postal air route in that country. So the aeroplane, you can see the aeroplane, and the flight covered roughly about 80 miles. Okay, so rather interesting, this envelope. Okay, so
Andrew, would
yes,
you
sir.
mind coming back to the previous Tientsin forwarding marking, the previous one? Previous one.
Yeah.
No, the one before. Yes.
Yes.
The bottom cover, is it yours?
No. It's sold on a certain internet site for
Okay,
a
no,
lot of
because
money.
I will record the forwarding agent there, which I don't think is recorded. And for the provenance, what provenance should I put? Is it eBay? Is it what is it?
I think we shall hold on a bit because I think I have doubt about whether this cover is genuine. So you see that actually could be a complete fabrication. So before you list it, I think this cover needs to be expertized before. I think I know who bought it, but I think I need to convince the buyer that this cover is a bit doubtful. In my opinion, anyway, it's very difficult. Obviously, see it on a scan, but somehow there's a kind of feeling that it's just too good to be true, and it's. Well, anyway, no, it just maybe I'm doubting Thomas, but anyhow.
Let me know when you know. Please let me know so I will record it.
Okay, let's take a look further. Okay. So interesting that I don't know whether you use these Google Gemini and things like that. But if you just type something like Hong Kong Tientsin-Peking first flight cover forgeries. Okay, if you just do this, they might actually generate something like this. Okay, so this is actually not. I didn't write it. I mean, I just copied it from Gemini. You see, it says because of the immense value, forgeries, fakes, and modern reproductions are common. With that, I mean that's referring to the double ring postmark. Okay, the postmarks and caches, the most faked elements. It says. Genuine covers from this specific return flight feature highly specific marking, usually struck in a distinctive violet-purple ink. Okay, and then usually they have a box bilingual cachet, and that which says Chinese Post Office dispatched by aeroplane Tientsin to Peking. Okay, and the fake often get the font type, spacing, or box dimensions wrong. Okay, at the rival cachet, there should be a separate unframed handstand reading received by aeroplane. Okay, and there's also a government police headquarters. I think that's referring to one specific cover, which I'm going to show you. So what to look for in fakes? Modern fakes use computer-generated fonts that look too uniform or clean. Check the ink. Genuine 1920 violet ink ages, fades, or bleeds into the paper fiber slightly. If the paper ink looks like modern rubber stamp ink or crisp inkjet print, it is forgery. Well, okay, this is AI stuff, right? So, and then you've got this bit about the correct stamps. But okay, this is actually all referring to a cover sold by by Spink. So okay, well you can read it later about this. So what is interesting is that what to look for in fakes. Forgers frequently use aged or tea-stained modern envelopes instead of a proper 1920 letter card stationery. So if the envelope looks artificially yellowed and uniform stains but has zero natural paper fiber degradation, be highly suspicious. It's quite interesting. The AI is now trying to be a stamp expert now. Okay, so the next one. You see, this is a very famous cover. Brian Asquith, as some of you might know, famous Chinese ML collectors as Grosvenor. Okay, they sold this cover. I think Spring has another one. I think sold some time ago. So you can actually see that this I would say most likely is genuine, and then you can see that what they were talking about, received by aeroplane, and then this is the postmark. If you compare this postmark with this one, it's fairly similar, but maybe this is very clear, you see, and this is maybe a little bit blurred. So I think, maybe, I mean, I suspect that it's very difficult. You need to see the actual cover to say. You can see the arrow here very clear, and this is a bit of a blob, but it could be over inking. But I think the cover needs to be expertized before we say anything, whether it's good or not. So I would hold back, whether all the markings or any of the marking. Well, actually, I think, in my opinion, I think this looks at the official page looks quite genuine, but it could well just be an official page cover, and somebody maybe bleached out the whatever writing and put these blurbs here, and you see this is very suspicious. You get a pale area, which is like this label is covering, and it looks as somebody just put some tea over it and make it look brown. It's very, very strange. But I think this looks okay to me. It might be just an ordinary official page cover, masquerading with put fake stamps on a fake postmark and turn it into a £5,000 item. Anyhow.
I think it's very sophisticated for a fake.
Okay.
And yeah, so the back looks clean. The front, yeah, well, if it's been left exposed with a label across it, the whole thing could go brown with white underneath the label.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, you have to see the real thing, as I say. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, it's unfair to say that the c.d.s is doesn't look the same, but the thing is, it just depends on the pressure, and this is very crisp, and I think that this bit blurry, maybe it's just the pressure of the c.d.s. But anyhow, I mean, if any of the expertising group get it and take a good look at it. Right, okay, so we come to the next one, which is the extraordinary rare postmark, which is post office business free, on post office business free, on the stampless envelope to Macau, okay, from Hong Kong, obviously. So what is it? This is an official mark used strictly for internal post office administration to bypass the need for regular postage stamps. So and when regular government mail was usually stamped with an official paid mark, mail that was sent strictly by the post office about post office operations struck with a specific on post office business freehand stamp. It signaled to post office to postal workers worldwide that this packet was strictly internal business and carries zero postage fee. So this is actually an envelope. It says Hong Kong Gazette, okay, right at the bottom. So it looks like a wrapper that somebody actually cut left and right. This originally is an envelope. Okay, it was cut to left and right, and maybe put the official Gazette inside. Okay, and it subsequently was cancelled with on post office business and sent to Macau. Now the problem is, do we actually need to stick a postage stamp on mail to Macau in the 1880? You see, that's my question. Okay, so this is about a very rare. You can see an example of this. I believe this is the genuine example. According to Webb, there's only only known of two examples. Okay, 1980 Hong Kong cover, famous on the 9th, feature clear cut on post office free hand stamp in red. And there's a 1906 Shanghai cover with another example was used for the Hong Kong Postal Agency in Shanghai. So, okay, right. Okay,
so this was basically the predecessor of the imprint on postal service.
That's right. So this is the one the March the 9th cover referred by Webb. Okay. And you can see actually it's addressed to Pemberton Wilson, of course, as you know, is a stamp dealer, something, right? And then you can see that there's this very clear example of on postal free. It was sold in an auction, in a local auction, with a English MS envelope. Okay, so if you compare these two, well, obviously the color is slightly different. The one it's actually a little bit paler, and this is a bit more red. And the c.d.s is also different. It's different type, one with a longer dash and one with a dot in the middle, and it is a different c.d.s. You can see the gaps between the date is different. Okay. Now the problem is these two the same? Hard to be sure, but it just looks very, very similar. So maybe it's another job for the expert to ascertain whether this is okay or not. Okay, so very rare. I mean, it's only a third example. So, right. Okay, now this one is very interesting. Pagoda anchorage. The pagoda anchorage is in Fuchao, right? And it has a Chinese bilingual cancel called pagoda anchorage, and then it's also the IPO. Somebody actually in the latest journal has written an article about the slight difference between the IPO used as the pagoda anchorage as well compared to the Fuchao ones. So the minor differences, but in fact there are two types of IPOs. I've actually checked that whether this is actually the pagoda anchorage IPO instead. But the thing is, okay, this is is postal stationery card, okay, Chinese Imperial postage stationery card, upgraded with 3 calling dragon stamps and sent to the Finland, a place called Kissel in Finland, okay, with addition of 4 cent Hong Kong to pay for postcard rate with the cancel Victoria Hong Kong, okay? So it got a bit of some letter, a bit faded on the back, written in, I believe, in English, I think, yeah. So I think this card is doubtful because, okay, maybe these are very difficult to tell. I mean, okay, this might be, the whole postmark might be fake, this might be fake. But you see, I'm actually looking at this funny arrival because I just went through the usual internet site, and I find that the c.d.s actually spelled like this. Okay, so this is Cyrillic. Okay, this is Kisko. Okay, and this is I don't know what it is. I mean, it just looks like some inverted reverse image. But you see, the correct c.d.s you can actually see is Kisko. That I believe is this English and Cyrillic at the bottom. Okay, it might be a different postmark, but it's in in the similar period, 1910 and 1900, and this is 1901. So it's possibly this one is actually a fake. So if the arrival is fake, and I very much doubt that any of these postmarks are real, and then the card is actually torn and deliberately made look like a very old card. So that's something. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you think.
It does look like a mirror image for KISS code, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
And the parquoise look, and the IPO looks, the ink looks wrong.
Yeah. So it's likely that even the Pagoda anchorage bilingual is fake, and everything, even maybe the Victoria Hong Kong is not all right too. Anyway.
Could be, yes.
Yeah. So the whole thing is actually is wrong. Okay, I think that's all, and that's all I've got for the time being. So, any questions? Okay, so.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Oh, quite illuminating. It was.
Yes, I like finding these things, and anyway, so I look forward to somebody actually sharing whether you can actually found other proofs of the 1 cent King George V. The gash on the neck is actually a constant flaw, or it's just that one of these things like a ring flaw, which is not constant. Anyhow, thank you very much for listening, and I like to pass it to the Ingo, who's got some things he wishes to show us. So Ingo.
Okay, if you let me grab the screen.
Yeah.
I think you have to stop screen share.
Okay, I'll stop my screen share. Okay, there you go.
All right, this is a very short little presentation on a very timely thing. This is a picture of the exhibit that I am going to have sent to Macau. It's the title page, and it's a one-frame exhibit on that stamp, the 5-cent Wilding. And I got a lot of grief from jurors saying, you don't need to put in the other stamps. Like I show the progression of the design from Queen Victoria to King George VI to Queen Elizabeth. I show a large reproduced image of the stamp itself, and I got grief for that title page. I still did okay with it. This is a labor of love. It's more something that I'm just wanting to show people what I have and what's possible with one lowly 5-cent definitive from the early 50s. So I don't care what the critiques are. But anyways, that's besides the point. The point of this presentation is page 6 of my exhibit goes to the very scarce varieties. As people on this call probably know, that 5-cent definitive had a lot of printings, numerous requisition numbers. I think there was 9 different requisition letters. And in requisition T, it states in Yang that there was 2 sheets of imperforate found. And they were part imperforate. The bottom rows were partially perforated, and then the whole rest of the sheet, meaning 90 stamps, were imperforate per sheet. But those 2 sheets, I'm now thinking that there was more than 2 sheets, and I'll show you why in a minute. So on the exhibit, I show an imperforate pair, which I got a long time at John Bull auctions, and they're around. They're not super crazy expensive, and they're not uncommon, let's say. So, you can get those. Then I show the requisition T with a number just to show the thing as a normal block. And then I show the block that I was very fortunate to acquire at North Toronto Stamp Club many years ago. And that is the requisition block imperforate. So because the catalog said there's only 2 sheets, I've been trying to find. Apparently, there is another one around, and I've seen it, but I don't have an image of it. And I believe it was the sequential number 035553.
If I can interrupt you there, we've just sold the other one, and the number is.
I'm coming to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm coming to you're spoiling my my story.
Apologies.
That's okay. So, anyways, I don't have an image of the other requisition block of the imperf, but I believe I've seen it somewhere, and it ends in 5-3. Well, yesterday at Spink, this was sold. On the left is the one that was sold at Spink yesterday. Mine is on the right. But what is interesting about that is the number is 49. So that tells me that perhaps there were as many as 5 imperforate sheets. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, are those numbers always sequential? I think they must be. And if they are, that makes this a whole new interesting thing, that there's like 3 sheets unaccounted for.
There would be 6 sheets. Yeah.
So,
49
yeah, right.
inclusive.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was a discovery. I was a little bit tempted to bid on the one on the left at Spink yesterday, but it ended up going for £10,000. It had a start price of 5, estimated 5 to 7,000, and this morning I saw a price realized £10,000. So it's a nice piece, but
congratulations.
I'm glad I have one.
It's quite possible that the printers actually spotted the error and pulled out several sheets. So, and also it's quite possible that the other requisition number sheets were just split up, because not many people collected them then.
Yeah, that's possible.
But I would imagine the printers probably pulled them out.
Yeah. Okay, that could be a good explanation, because then my exhibit page, which says 1 of 2 extant, it's probably now 1 of 3 extant, or 1 of 3 known, because I'm pretty sure I saw 53. But anyways, it's a nice piece of modern rarity, and after seeing the realization yesterday at Spink, I'm very happy to be the owner of this thing.
Right. Well, you can all, yeah, good. Well, you have to rewrite your page now.
Well, I have to rewrite my page, and I also acquired another item at the auction, which I didn't get a image here. They had a pre-production item of the Queen's head in oval, a Delarue, I don't know what you call it, essay or proof or something of just the Queen's head in that orange color.
Yeah. Vignette proof. Vignette proof.
So that I did acquire, and that is going to go into that exhibit and maybe help my marks a little bit.
Certainly.
And maybe I will listen to the judges and put a little bit more
writing,
correct
well, you just
stuff in.
Whatever. You said that what number was sold in the sale or whatever, just to prove that you've done any personal research on this particular block. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I can add. Sorry. I can add about the valuation. The last time that came up, it did sell for £10,000. That was about 20 years ago, so it's holding its price.
Good.
That's always a good thing.
Good.
One of the other critiques I got on that exhibit, I didn't show that page, but on page 1, after the title page, I show the entire set from 5 cents to $10. And again, the judge who looked at that, he says, don't put in all the other stamps. And I said, well, I want to give context. And they didn't like it. They said, get rid of that. Just show the 5 cent and none of the others. So I don't know. I mean, you're an international judge. Andrew, do you agree that like that progression of the Queen Victoria, King George VI, and Queen Elizabeth is out of line?
No, I think in your title page, you are really entitled to show everything, anything, even non-philatelic item. So it doesn't really matter. Maybe if he's I would be quite.
And is showing the full set such a big sin?
Yeah, sure. If you want to on the title,
I mean,
it doesn't matter. I mean, you can show a document, a photograph. It really doesn't matter if it's title page. So where's your main exhibit? I mean, if it's just about 5 cents, and you shouldn't really show anything not related to it. That's my view anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, the title page is always something that you can show anything. It's just an introductory page.
Ingo, you're far more experienced than me at national and international exhibiting, because I've not done it yet, or for 50 years. But just in terms of those 3 stamps, should you not say somewhere that this is showing the progression of the design? Because otherwise it just looks like 3 stamps, doesn't it? With no context.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point to say a little bit more about it than just show it.
Just to
think they wouldn't know what it is, but for them it might just be 3 random, well, not random stamps, but they don't understand why you've included it.
Yeah.
Tell them why, then they got no reason to not know then.
Very good.
Okay, good point.
Not that I'm an expert, but just a point.
Oh yes, very good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I was reading rules and regulations and tips yesterday from some journal, the Hong Kong Philatelic Society articles from years and years ago.
Okay, right. So good luck, Ingo. Couple of weeks.
Yeah, that exhibit is going to Macau, so you can see it.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I say, now that I got that pre-production material, I wish I would have had it earlier.
Yeah.
Because I definitely would have improved it a lot.
It will.
Pre-production material from that period is really, really tough.
Yeah. Well, obviously your one framer is a traditional philately exhibit. I mean, you a good one you must show some pre-production materials if they exist. So there's the treatment. You get better treatment points if you have other the pre-production materials there.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm going to redo the whole exhibit.
Well, have you got time?
It's already with the commissioner on its way.
Oh, he's already on the way. Okay. All right. Okay. So fine. Thank you very much for showing us the 5 cent. Very interesting. I presume you've got some of the errors as well. Maybe the corner error.
Yeah, that's on the on the early pages. I show various requisitions and then also some errors. I got a few of them from Nick Halewood. When he broke up his collection, I acquired some of the perforation errors and there's some flaws, some printing flaws. I have all those, so that's in there.
Yeah, good. Right. Okay. Thanks very much. Anybody else who would like to show us something? All right. No. Okay. PC, you got something to want to show us? Share with us?
Nothing. We just listening. But Ingo, is your exhibit a one frame exhibit?
Yeah.
Of the 5 cents?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You are showing your Antigone, isn't it?
Yeah, I will show my Antigone. But as a one frame exhibit, is a 5 frame a suitable 5 cents a suitable topics? Because people will ask why you just show a 5 cents as the one frame exhibit.
Yeah,
you can still show it.
Yeah, it's a study of a single stamp.
Yeah.
But I mean, absolutely, for the Wilding, you could have a 5 frame, you could have an 8 frame, you could have a 10 frame exhibit. The Wildings have so much
so many
interesting variety.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen your Anagoni exhibit, PC, and that is, to me, that's one of the most perfect examples of a study of a modern issue.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got some improvement and hope that would be appreciated by the judges. Yeah. But according to the regulation, it seems that one frame is for a topic that cannot be expanded to 5 frames. So you just show the 5 cents as 1 frame. It would not be a good topic. That's just my opinions. What's Angel's opinion on that?
It's a kind of these gray areas. For example, I'm pretty sure that there are exhibits on a single step. Say, for example, the US #1. I mean, you can do a single frame exhibit of US #1, but say, US #1 and 2 should be shown together as one exhibit.
Yeah.
But this is a very specialized. You can see it's very specialized exhibit on just one stamp of the set. It can be done, but it's no. Well, I mean, I think you may be penalized for being not so appropriate of a strict one frame exhibit, because there are more than one stamp of the same design in the set. But the thing is, of course, the other things that being the rarities and the research and the treatment would score much higher. I mean, okay, maybe you sacrifice a couple points on the appropriateness of the exhibit, but on the other hand, say maybe the philatelic knowledge, etc., that you can gain much more marks to offset that. So it's often done, actually. It's often done by one frame exhibitors. Often done.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but of course, you're going to do the same traditional philately treatment with pre-production material, min stamps, errors. You probably got some usages as well, right, Ingo? You got covers and things like that, right?
Yeah, I show usages, single usage, multiple usage, exotic destinations, exotic rates.
To fill up the 16 sheets, 15 sheets away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it could be done.
Yeah,
I look forward to viewing that. Are you going to Macau, Ingo?
I wish. I was planning to go, but I spent so much time at Boston and so much energy as commissioner.
Yes.
I just don't have another show in me this year. I'm sorry I'm missing it. I downloaded the auction catalog and it looks like a really cool show.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I won't make it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway, I look forward to watching your exhibit.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do want to also talk a little bit about a very interesting experience we had last weekend in Canada. So our Royal Philatelic Society of Canada is the national stamp club of the country, and they have an annual convention and exhibition at the national judging level. Sam Chu is one of the judges there. And last year, the Royal decided to start accepting study circles or study groups. And I applied to have our B62 guys become an official study circle of the Royal of Canada. And we were accepted. They would basically take anybody who has some members and some seriousness in their philatelic pursuits. So we're now an official study group of the Royal Philatelic Society of Canada. And at the convention, we had our B62 meeting. Ellis was there. It ended up, we had about 11 or 12 people, which was fantastic, because usually at our regular meetings, we have 6, 7, 8 or so, and including a new guy who didn't know about Hong Kong, but was just starting to get interested, and he's going to join us. So it was a really good way to publicize the beauty of Hong Kong stamps and philately and get people interested. So I was really, really happy that we did that effort. And I can also give shout out to Ellis, who had an exhibit. He had a one-frame exhibit on skeleton marks, and he got a gold for it. So it was his first time showing and first time national gold. So congratulations, Ellis.
Yeah, very good. Right. Okay.
So anyways, the point of why I'm saying that is we have to constantly think of ways of marketing the beauty of Hong Kong philately, finding new audiences, making little presentations at shows and club meetings, and eventually people get the idea, wow, we like this. We like the monarchs of the British Commonwealth and how Hong Kong depicts them so beautifully.
Good. Right. Okay, so anybody else got something to present? Right, before I have the closing remarks. Oh, by the way, it's the Web and Wild Cup competition. So if you guys have anything, any new discoveries or any a proposal of an entry for the Web Cup, please give us just an email. Right? Or you give me an email or give who's in charge? Rob, are you in charge of this World Cup?
No, I'm not. It's Nick that generally coordinates that. Nick Burrell.
Oh, Nick Burrell, yes, Nick Burrell, yeah, he's in charge, yeah. Okay. But anyway, I mean, if you want to send it to me or to Nick, it's okay. I mean, we'll discuss it amongst ourselves. Okay. It'd be nice actually to find something. It doesn't matter. I mean, we want more entries. Basically, it's just fun to have an entry. I wish I had more new discoveries, but
Yeah, I guess the other thing is we want more entries, but we also want more members voting.
Yeah.
Because it gets the voting gets counted, so that's sort of email votes and in-person votes. It gets decided at the Repton meeting, and generally there's it's reduced quite considerably in terms of the number of people there. But say there's 6 or 7 people at the meeting, we might only have 8 votes in total. You only get 2 or 3 email votes. So it's more entries, but also people. I
think more entries you've got, the more votes you're going to get. See? So if you've got only 2 entries, you're not going to get much interest in voting. Yeah. Right. Okay. Fine.
I'm just getting an idea here as we're talking about this. What about making it a separate Zoom meeting of the Hong Kong Study Circle members to elect and vote on the Web and Wild Cups? Have it as a special event to get a good group of people out to join a Zoom meeting and make it a public thing. Because on Zoom you can vote confidentially.
Yeah.
It's easy to do that.
Yeah.
You do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'll mention that to Nick, and we'll see where we can take that.
Let's get some entries. Let's try to get some entries first. I think it's July. Yeah. I mean, the closing date. We want to publish the entries in the July journal.
Yeah.
So we only got about a month to dig up something, right? So good luck, everybody. Just trying to look into, all your old albums or whatever. Trying to find something suitable, right? I'm sure everybody has. It doesn't matter whether it's something that nobody has seen before, but it's good to have some entries so that people could vote on. It's fun, anyway. Okay. Right, okay, so Philippe, you got anything you want to talk about? Adrian?
No, not really. I don't have anything special, but I find the idea of having the Zoom for the web and World Cup and discussing it and would be very, very interesting because it gets international instead of being local. So that would be a good idea.
Okay. We can arrange one.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. So wait, the voting is in September, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah, it's either the very end of August or early September, the Repton meeting, and it takes place there. So
well, we can do it in August or something. You know, meeting in August to discuss the entries. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, can do it. All right, Charles, got anything? You always got something new. So you want to say something?
Nothing new.
Nothing. Okay. All right. Okay. So in that case, Neil, you got anything you want to advertise for your next sale?
Not having a next sale.
Oh,
you got my email?
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, if that's the case, and we'll think of something. Try to get some new ideas, and try to dig up some items for the World Cup, and of course to write something for the journals is very important. I think we need your input. Okay, well that's all for me. So a short meeting, but nevertheless very interesting, and I look forward to see you next month. So have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And maybe if you're interested in the soccer, it's time to check out your World Cup scores. Okay, so it's goodbye.
Canada's playing today.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Andrew, I don't know if you realize, but I live in Arlington, Texas, and we got a big stadium, and 8 World Cup games will be played there locally next to my home.
You support France, Philippe?
Yeah, obviously. But of course, you cannot imagine the traffic jam we are going to have.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Anyway, good luck. You're France is actually, I think, one of the favorites to win. Anyway, okay. So see you guys next month, and have a nice day. Bye bye. Bye bye from me.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for doing it.
Bye.